So to start out, let's see, show of hands. Who knows the story of Esther? Yeah? Okay. So for those of you who do not know, Esther was a Jew who became the queen of Persia. And during her rule, a man named Haman plotted to have the Jews, which were God's people, destroyed. And her adoptive father, Mordecai, was also a Jew and pleaded with her to do something to stop this evil man, Haman. He said to her in Esther 4:14, "For if you keep silent at this time, relief and deliverance will rise for the Jews from another place, but you and your father's house will perish. And who knows whether you have not come to the kingdom for a time such as this." So Queen Esther prayed and fasted along with the rest of her people, and she prepared a feast for the king. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try. To gain his favor. You see, in that moment, God moved, and she won favor with the king. She requested that the Jews would be able to fight against their enemies and that Haman should be hanged. The king granted her request, and God's people were saved. And what I want to show you about this story is that God can place you in a position to carry out his will. He has a plan for you, and he can use you to make a difference. And it doesn't matter whether or not that difference is in one person, it's in your class, or if it's an entire nation that you affect. It's a difference, and he can position you to make that difference. So another person that God positioned to make a difference was Moses. Moses was a Hebrew that was found and adopted by Pharaoh's daughter. He later became a prince of Egypt, where God opened his eyes to the cruel treatment of the Hebrew slaves. Moses eventually left Egypt and traveled to Miriam, where he married his wife. He lived there as a shepherd until one day he found a burning bush, and God spoke to him. Exodus 3:10-12 says, "So now go, I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt." But Moses said to God, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" And God said, "I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain." So God told Moses what he wanted him to do, and Moses did it. It was God's purpose for Moses. It's why God brought Moses through all the things he was brought through, It's his entire life led up to that moment of change that he was meant to start and to accomplish. But you see, not everyone has a burning bush that talks to them and tells them, "This is your purpose, this is what I want you to do, and go do it." God can speak to you in many different ways. So before I get on to all that, I talked about these two stories in the Bible and what God did for those two people. But, what does this mean for you in the times we are now? So I'll share a little bit of my testimony so it can relate to you if you relate to my story. So for me, when I was walking on my own accord, I was absolutely miserable. Not many people know, but I was anxious and I was depressed. I got tired of living and I had dreams, but no matter what I did, I couldn't reach them. They were too far out of reach. So I went with Destiny to YX this past summer, and that's when everything changed for me, because I let go of my own will and I surrendered everything. And I cut off toxic people, toxic habits. I surrounded myself with God-loving people, and that's when my life started falling into place. I could see where God wanted me to go. So now I want to express the main point of my message, is that he has a plan for you, all of you. He has a plan, and you have to be willing to open your ears to his voice and listen. You know, tonight may be your night if you are seeking his hand in your future. So Jeremiah 29:11-12 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, but to give you a hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you." And then Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight." You know, after I surrendered to him, my paths were set straight. And it was his timing rather than mine, and that's what made it perfect. He's waiting for you to trust in him. So he's waiting for you to trust in him and open your heart and your ears to his will. He loves you and wants to prosper you by positioning you for your purpose. So whether or not you know what your purpose is, it's there for you. You're not just here for no reason. That's not how God works. He has a plan, and you're in his plan. As I close, I wanted to, call up people who, are wondering where your position is. If you're wondering where it is God wants you to go, and if you're just struggling with seeking his voice in like your next steps in life and in your future. And so just as we do our altar call, if you feel an unction of God, where do you want me to go, then please come up, and we'd love to pray for you and